Hey everyone, Raghav here. Today we are going to see about Intel 4004 microprocessor. So, what all we are going to see today? What is Intel 4004? What is the pin diagram of Intel 4004? Architecture of Intel 404? What are the addressing modes present in 4004 and instruction sets present in 4004? So, what is Intel 404? It was launched in November 1971 by Intel. So, Intel is a microprocessor and controller creating company. It's well known for its processors and chips. So, some of them are i3, i5, i7, and i9. So, Intel 4004 was the first microprocessor in the world. So, it paved the way for the modern day processors. Okay. So, as the world's first commercially available microprocessor, the Intel 4004 enabled the convergence of the technology superpowers, ubiquitous computing, pervasive connectivity, cloud-to-edge infrastructure, and artificial intelligence, and created a pace of innovation that is moving faster today than ever. So, Intel 4004 paved the way for today's modern technology. So, let's see what is the pin diagram of 4004. 4004 is an 16-pin microcontroller. Okay, so there are first four pins are D0, D1, D2, and D3, which are used for data bus, which is used for input and output transmissions. The pin number 5 is used for VSS, which is ground, for connecting to ground. Okay, so the clock phase 1, clock phase 2 are present in port 6 and port 7. So these are used for timing controls. Port 8 is sync out, so it needs to synchronize, right, to keep the processes updated. So port 9 is reset. So when a process is executing, if you want the execution to begin from the beginning, the reset port can be used. So the 10th port is used for test. So test is can be also called as checking. Okay, so the executability of the code can be checked here. So the 11th port is CM-ROM. So ROM, read-only memory. So the data which can be read can be present here. The 12th port is VDD, which is also called as power. So in Intel 4004, 3 volts were used as minimum input. So minimum or less maximum input. So in modern day, up to 24 watts of current are used. So the ports of 13, 14, 15 and 16 are used as RAM. So this is where the code will come for execution and then return back to data bus. Next, we have the architecture of 4004. So as you can see, there is an internal data bus which is of size 4-bit. So the difference between modern day microprocessors and the 4004 is the data bus size. So one of the fastest microprocessors were Intel 8085 actually, and the 8085 was an 8-bit data 8-bit it had an 8-bit data bus. Okay, so comparing 4-bit data bus, 8-bit data bus was much faster and it had an 16-bit address line. So the address data transmission was faster comparing the other comparing Intel 4004. So the advanced version of 8085 was 8086. 8086 was a 16-bit microprocessor with 20 bits of address line. So the speed is comparatively high. The most modern type of microprocessor by Intel is 8088. It has a 32-bit address data bus and 64-bit address line. Okay. So the data transmission speed is high. That's the difference between modern day and Intel 404. Here also it has an arithmetic logic unit, accumulator, temp register, flag flip-flops, timing and control, instruction registers, instruction decoder and machine cycling including. Next, stack multiplexer. So all the components as a modern day processor was also present in Intel 404. Also, Intel 4004 was a 16-pin as well as 16-bit pin microprocessor, whereas other modern day microprocessors are 40-pin. So efficiency has been high comparing Intel 4004. So next we are going to see the addressing modes of 4004. So the program memory size is 4 KB. All conditional instructions work within selected ROM 256 bytes. Unconditional jump and jump to subroutine instruction can be used to jump to any address. So in modern representation, we can say this as 4 GB of RAM and 256 GB of internal storage. Just like that, this has 4 KB of RAM and 256 GB bytes of storage. Okay, so the data memory is of 640 bytes. RAM access is done in the same way as IO ports. First, normal things. Okay, so here stack is used for memory management. So when we push, there is data gets inserted, and when it pop, and the data gets executed and comes out. Okay, so data calling. So in 404 there were no interrupts. Okay, whereas in modern day system there are many types of interrupts, special interrupts, conditional interrupts. So here there are 6 out of 16. There are 16-bit input ports as well as 16 4-bit output ports. So the output and input ports are 4 bits of size. Okay, so registers, here are program counter registers, stack registers, accumulator, index registers. These are all are same as the modern day registers. Okay, so the addressing modes, let's see what are the addressing modes present in 4004. So register, there are that is a 4-bit addressing mode. Memory direct is an addressing mode. Register indirect can access data within current ROM. So register indirect, using read-only memory we can access the data. So immediate means the data accessing will be fast. That's it. Okay, next we have the instructions, the last pick of basic things of Intel 404. So instruction sets. Okay, 404 set consists of 46 instructions. So data moving instruction has kind of 10 to 15 instructions inside itself. Arithmetic has addition, subtraction, increment, decrement. Logic is used for rotating the data. Rotating means reversing the data. Control transfer, conditional limited to current ROM. Unconditional can so unconditional means it can exceed the size. Okay, input output instruction, other you can use for flag operations. Okay, that's it I think for the basic of Intel 404. I hope you would enjoy this session and would have learned something informative out of it. Thank you.